All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're breaking down the world of automated trading, a place where computer code is really starting to change the game. We're going to unpack two massive ideas, algorithmic trading and copy trading, and explore how they're aiming to take the one thing that messes us all up, emotion, right out of the equation.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about the biggest opponent any trader faces, themselves. Then we'll see how algorithms are built to win that fight. We'll explore how copy trading makes this powerful tech something anyone can use, look at a real system in action, and then, well, we'll look at the results. Does it actually work?
So let's get right to the heart of it. Why do we even need automated systems in the first place? Well, it all boils down to the most unpredictable, most volatile factor in any market: us.
You've been there, right? That gut punch of fear when the market dips and you just want to sell everything? Or that little voice of greed whispering just a little bit longer when you're winning? The source material makes it clear. This emotional roller coaster is exactly what leads to bad, impulsive decisions and, let's be honest, pretty shaky results.
And this slide it puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? On the left, you've got us, reacting on gut feelings, making mistakes, and being only as fast as our fingers can click. But on the right, you have the algorithm. It's pure logic, it's consistent, and it makes its move in milliseconds, literally faster than you can blink.
So if our own emotions are the problem, what's the solution? Well, that brings us right to algorithmic trading. This is where we let the math take over.
To put it simply, it's like writing the entire playbook before the game even starts. You code a strategy, a set of rules, into a computer program, and from then on, that program executes every single play based only on those rules. There's no fear, no second guessing, just cold, hard instructions. And the benefits here are pretty huge. First up, speed. We're talking trades happening in the blink of an eye. Then there's efficiency. These systems can analyze mountains of data instantly. Third, accuracy, by taking human error right out of the picture. And maybe the most important of all, consistency. The algorithm sticks to the plan every single time, no matter what.
Okay, but let's be real. Most of us aren't programmers or Wall Street quants, right? Building these things takes some serious know-how. And that's where this next idea comes in, acting like a bridge for the rest of us.
And this, right here, is the game changer. It's called copy trading. Think of it like this. You want a gourmet meal, but you're not a professional chef. With copy trading, you're essentially letting the pro cook for you. You don't need to know the recipe, you just get to enjoy the results. When their system makes a trade, your account does the exact same thing automatically.
Okay, so we've got the theory down. Algorithmic trading does the heavy lifting, and copy trading makes it accessible. But what does this actually look like in practice? Let's dig into the real-world example from our source material.
So the setup we're looking at here is like a three-step chain. The brain of the operation is on TradingView, where the strategy analyzes the market. When it spots an opportunity, it sends a signal to a private server, which acts as the translator. That server then tells the Binance exchange exactly what to buy or sell. It's a seamless, automated process from start to finish.
And that quote really hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? All that complicated stuff happening in the background, the coding, the server management, the strategy itself, is packaged up. You, as the investor, don't need to build a bridge, you just get to walk across it.
So you're interested. How do you actually do this? The source material gives us a pretty detailed guide for following this specific trader. So let's walk through that process.
All right, think of this as the keys to the car. To get access to this particular system on Binance, the source says you need these three exact pieces of info: the trader's name, GoldenAlgoTrader, a specific referral ID, and this private password.
Okay, let's break this down step by step. The first few parts are pretty standard. You register on Binance with that referral ID. You do the identity verification, you search for GoldenAlgoTrader, and you pop in the password. Now, pay close attention to the last couple of steps because they are super important. You have to choose fixed ratio for how your funds are copied. And this is key. The guide specifically says, do not set a stop loss. That's a critical part of how this particular strategy operates.
Okay, so that's the how-to, but now for the million-dollar question. Does any of it actually work? Let's get to the good stuff, the numbers. So what you're seeing here is basically a screenshot from the platform itself. This is the real dashboard, showing the actual results after 31 days of this system being live.
First up, the big one, the return on investment or ROI. The system clocked in at 9.04%.
Now, to be clear, that's not for a year, that's in just 1 month. That's a pretty remarkable figure for a 31-day period.
Next, let's talk about the win rate. And wow, this number is something else. Out of 247 trades made, 242 of them were winners. That's a win rate of nearly 98%. In the world of trading, a number that high is just staggering.
And finally, what about the risk? The scary part. The maximum drawdown, which is basically the biggest dip the account took from a high point, was just over 1%, a tiny 1.26%. This suggests that during this period, the strategy wasn't just profitable, it was also incredibly stable.
So when you see numbers like this, and you realize it's accessible with just a few clicks, it really leaves us with a pretty deep question, doesn't it? As this kind of technology makes professional-grade automated strategies available to anyone, what does it even mean to be an investor anymore? Are you still investing if a machine is making all the decisions for you? It's definitely something to think about.